So I'm here with Alan. Alan, what do you do?
I make custom lightsabers.
What is the company that you own?
Vaders Vault.
How long have you been doing this?
So professionally, I've been doing it for 17 years this year.
What got you saying, you know what, I'm going to build lightsabers?
I was into it as a hobby, and I broke my knee in an unfortunate accident, and then decided I needed something to do while on crutches for 7 months, learning how to walk again, and decided to sell my first one, and it took off. And then I had requests for custom orders, and I convinced my wife that, hey, we should try to do this, and we did, and it's been a wild ride.
Is this your first Star Wars celebration?
Absolutely not. No, our first one was Celebration 5 Orlando in 2010.
Is this your first time in Japan?
Absolutely my first time in Japan. Yeah, I've been wanting to come to Japan since I was this big, but so this was a good excuse to make my way over here. For sure.
So what first made you fall in love with Star Wars?
It was my first theater experience as a child. My parents took me to see Return of the Jedi when it was in theaters. I remember everything about that night. I remember the pattern on the ugly carpet in the movie theater, the smells, what theater it was in. It just stuck with me a lot. And over the years, I wore out multiple VHS sets of the series. And I was that kid in school that would draw lightsabers and Star Wars stuff in the margins of his schoolwork. Teachers hated me. It was a big thing for me growing up. Every time I would learn a skill or something, my dad was a machinist by trade. So I would always raid his shop and make stuff as a kid. I would raid his plumbing supplies to make lightsabers, and it was just always a thing. So
awesome. Now, what's your favorite lightsaber out of anybody in canon's lightsaber? Who's your favorite lightsaber?
In canon, my favorite has always been Mace Windu's lightsaber. It spoke to me as it was contoured like a weapon should be first, but it was also elegant, like somebody who respected it. Whereas a lot of, this is a tough thing as a Star Wars fan. A lot of the original lightsabers are great nostalgia-wise, but you grab a hold of those chonkers and it's like, this is not a weapon. This is the fat end of a baseball bat. So it's hard. It's hard to rectify those things in my brain, but Mace Windu does both for me.
Now, there's so much Star Wars media out there now from that first time you were a little kid watching the movie. Do you have a favorite piece of Star Wars media?
Besides movies, the Force Unleashed video game was it's got me into the business, really. That story is, while I was tinkering with it as a hobby, I had ordered I'd seen all the concept art for the game, and I was like, oh, I love that saber, exposed kyber crystal and all that. And so I had ordered one off the RPF from somebody doing a run, and he scammed a bunch of people. And so then I finally was able to get mine, and it was this glued together piece of junk. I was like, we're going to do better. And I was like, this is what my first big project is going to be, a Star Killer. And it was my first big project. So.
Well, thank you very much. Vaders Vault, definitely check it out.